going to let someone know they go first and then mine. You can use whichever one you want. Do you want me to say someone then?
Yeah.
Who do you want, or do you not mind?
Ian. Hey guys, if Ian could go first, that would be great. Ian Callender.
Thanks. Morning, Andrew, or afternoon, I suppose. Probably the longest build-up to any ODI you've had. Just sum up the last 11 days in the secure atmosphere.
Yeah, it's certainly been different, but it's been, very rewarding as well. I think the opportunity to come over and play these games, having potentially not had any cricket at all, certainly we're very fortunate. We're very grateful to Cricket Ireland and the ECB, and it's been a fantastic facility here at the Ageas Bowl. So we've had 2 pitches available and stuff. So look, we're all we're very excited about tomorrow. It's an opportunity to go toe to toe with the best team in the world, and we're certainly excited for it.
You've had 2 matches. The batting has obviously been very encouraging.
Yeah, the batting's in a pretty good place. I mean, the wickets are pretty good down here. We know if we're going to have a chance of beating these guys, we're going to have to be a bit more tighter with the ball. But our batting at the moment seems to be in a decent space, but that sort of counts for nothing when you come out and play the first game tomorrow. So, look, we've got a light training day today just to kind of top up on the skills, I suppose, and hopefully we'll be round to go tomorrow.
The squad obviously gives you the opportunity to change your entire pace bowling attack, but how disappointed were you with the bowling on Sunday against the Lions?
Yeah, it was certainly rusty, and I suppose that's to be expected. But the important thing is that we turn that around, and we kind of break it down and make it as simple as possible for the guys. There's no doubt about it that the batters that the England squad have available to them is world class, and they have this sort of kind of over aggressive way to go about it when they come and bat, and it's great for the kind of spectator to watch, but it certainly puts our bowlers into the pump. So hopefully tomorrow the guys can kind of put that out of their mind and go out and enjoy themselves and do their skills.
And just finally from me, are you naming the team today?
No, not today. No, I'll name it tomorrow at the toss.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions? Yeah. Yeah, if you want to go, Matt.
Hi Andy. Just on selection, if I can. Obviously, you said you're not going to name the team today, but in the West Indies series in January, you had Simi at number 7 as the all-rounder. Is that likely to continue, or is there a possibility you chuck in the extra batsman and sort of split those 10 overs between Delaney and Sterling?
Look, it's more likely that we'll have the bowler all-rounder at 7 of some type. Sterling and Gareth probably haven't got enough overs under their belt to provide us with that 5th bowler, but down the line that can certainly be an option for us. But having not had enough cricket to warrant 10 overs from them, it's probably more likely that we'll go with a bowling all-rounder at 7.
And then just on the Super League, if I can, could you just sort of give us an idea from your perspective as to why it's so important for Ireland, and I guess particularly in the sort of guarantee of fixtures?
Yeah, I suppose it's World Cup qualification, and my aim when I came in was to qualify for that World Cup. First and foremost, we have this Super League as our opportunity to get in. It's going to be super tough. It's going to be, like I think I said it yesterday, it'll probably be this team's greatest achievement if we qualify for the World Cup through the top 7. So, that's the first and foremost aim. We've got a lot of tough cricket to play, but if that doesn't come to fruition, we've got that kind of qualifier in 2022, I think it might be. So, first and foremost, we've got these 3 games, which I said, I didn't think we'd have. So we're going to go out with a smile on our face tomorrow, and the sun's shining down here, and it's a great occasion for cricket.
Cheers.
All right, John, do you want to go?
Oh yeah, Andy, hi. Did you get a chance to see much of the England-West Indies test matches, test series?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the whole first test. It was like, something I'd never seen before, having been deprived of it for so long. So I certainly watched it all. Any chance I got, I was watching it. It was enthralling. I thought it was, we'd obviously been to the West Indies in January, so we knew a few of their players, and it was just great to see cricket back. As a supporter myself, it was brilliant to see, and I suppose it provided us with the sense that we could come over here and play these games. There's always a bit of a, could we or I don't think our heads know well. It's kind of reassuring to know that we come over and we can play these games. But, and it was brilliant to see those. It was a testament to
Probably a good idea if other people just mute themselves.
someone indicating. Are they on the road? Are they?
There's a ticking clock. It's either a clock or a bomb. I just also wonder whether, those of us who were there at the 3 test matches were impressed, just how competitive the matches were. Okay, there was no crowd, there's no atmosphere as such, but the cricket was absolutely full on. It didn't seem to be diminished in any way by the fact that there was no crowd. So does that give you encouragement that you guys in particular tomorrow will be able to absolutely, give it 100%, and not be distracted by the fact that it's unusual circumstances?
Yeah, look, we played an inter-squad game about a week ago, and it was certainly strange that there was, that would be the atmosphere that we're going to be playing the one-day internationals in. But I think, if you, from our point of view, if you can't get yourself up for an ODI against the world champions, even though there's nobody here, but there's going to be a huge audience around the world, and it's an opportunity to show where this Irish team is at. And it's a new enough team in the sense of experience. We've got a lot of young guys coming through, and it's Ireland taking on England. For any Irish kid growing up, whether it was rugby or soccer, that was the fixture you wanted to play in, and cricket's no different. And I think the English boys look like they're firing pretty well, and we're going to have to be at our best. And my job is to make sure that I get the guys going come 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Andy. In terms of the players you've got available to you tomorrow and the side you brought over, it's a comparatively young side relative to what's been the case in recent times. How important is it that Ireland starts finding Generation Next now, and the fact you might have a couple of debutants playing across the next week or so? How crucial is it that you kind of replace and replenish what was the golden generation who have now started to finish up?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you've got to find a balance. You don't want to just completely discard the guys that have put so much into Irish cricket and are still performing. But at the same time, 2023 is the goal, and those guys will get older, and we've got to make sure that we've got a conveyor belt of kids and early 20s guys that can come in and do a job from the off. We don't have the county cricket to fall back on and gain experience. We're going to have to find out about these guys in the heat of battle against the top teams in the world like England. But that's how you find out about these players, is have they got what it takes, not just technically, but also upstairs, and how they react to maybe not having a great day and stuff like that. So it's important that we do strike the balance. Like I said, you want to have that balance of experience and youth and exuberance, and I think we have that at the moment, but it's just kind of getting the confidence at this level for these guys to put in performances and hopefully qualify us for a World Cup.
And specifically Harry, Hector, I suppose that those 3 brothers we've been watching for the last few years come through. He's played a number of T20 internationals, but gets his chance at 50 over level tomorrow, presumably after a pretty good 2020 when he had the chance to play. I mean, a little bit about him and what you see for him, not just this week, but into the future. Yeah,
he's a very exciting player. I think he's played 20 T20 internationals for us, yet to make his ODI debut, but he's ticking all the right boxes. He's got 2 50s in our 2 warm-up games, one at a good rate against the Lions at the weekend, and he's only 20 years old, and he's always thinking about the game, and he's always asking questions, and he doesn't shy away from asking the difficult questions, and he's just very cricket smart. He adds another dimension to us in the field as well, and he's got all the attributes to play at this level for 10 or 15 years. I'm excited for what he's potentially going to do for this team, and I've no doubt that he'll be successful. He's a very impressive young man.
And just quickly to finish, a couple of years ago, England were defeated by Scotland when they were the top of the world, and obviously they're the world champions these days. But do you take inspiration from that, knowing that not only have Ireland been able to knock off England in the past, but just a couple of years ago, Scotland did it, and indeed last year at Malahide, you guys went close as well?
Yeah, I suppose you do. Yeah, that I remember watching that Scotland game, and it was certainly we can do this as well. But you've got to turn up, and it's Scotland turning up that day and put in one of their better performances. And if we're short of that at all, we will be under the pump, and we will struggle. So we've got to make sure that every one of us, all 11 of us, are on point come the start of the game. But look, this England team are their batting lineup is. You look down their line and all of them can bat, and all of them can hit the ball out of the park. So we've got to be smart in what we do and make sure that we're busy and active in the field, and just enjoy ourselves. Look, it's like I say, it's just an outstanding opportunity for me as a captain, but for this team as well. I think we're going to be the first Irish international team to play since lockdown. So it's exciting, but we've got to make sure that we, don't get overawed by it and go out and enjoy ourselves.
Gideon?
Hi, Andy. Do you look at a team in England missing sort of 4 or 5 of its World Cup stars as a sort of weakened animal, or do you think that players from the fringes with sort of opportunities to shine and places to grab is a dangerous animal?
Yeah, spot on. Like, you just have to look at that Lions game, and Phil Salter's 100 was, outstanding batting at the top of the order in such a competitive top order in the English team, and the way Owen's brought this team forward with this sort of exciting brand of cricket. Everyone, I think that's probably had a knock-on effect in county cricket, and everyone trying to get into the England team has to bat at that sort of a tempo. So you do get those sort of competition for places. So anyone who does come in plays that sort of game, and that's the player they kind of look for. So yeah, look, it is a dangerous animal. There are people, with points to prove in this team for England. So we've just got to make sure that we do our things as well as we can and stop them from kind of showcasing how good they are.
All right. Is there anything else, guys? No, thanks very much, guys. That's us finished.